There was a time in Israel's history when the voice of God had vanished. No dreams, no prophets, no revelation, just silence. The Ark of the Covenant sat in Shiloh, but the presence that once filled it with fire and awe now seemed distant. The priests, Eli's sons, Hophni and Phinehas, had turned the sacred temple into a marketplace of sin. They stole from sacrifices. They mocked the offerings of God, and the people stopped listening. Heaven grew quiet, but in that silence God was watching. And in a small corner of the temple, a boy named Samuel was learning to serve. He didn't come from royalty. He wasn't born into a priestly dynasty. He was the child of a tearful promise, the answer to Hannah's prayer. A boy dedicated to God before he could even speak. Every night, as Eli's eyes grew dim and the oil lamp flickered low, Samuel lay near the ark, close to what represented God's presence, though few still believed it was there. Then one night the silence broke. A whisper, "Samuel." The boy stirred. He ran to Eli. "Here I am. You called me." But Eli shook his head. "I didn't call you. Go back to sleep." A second time, "Samuel." Again the boy ran. Again Eli denied it. A third time. Now Eli realized it wasn't him. It was God. "Go," Eli said softly. "And if he calls you again, say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening.'" And when the voice came again, Samuel obeyed. "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." Then God revealed his first message, one that would shake his heart. The judgment coming to Eli's house, for his son's wickedness and his silence. Samuel didn't sleep that night. Morning came heavy with fear. How do you tell your mentor that God has spoken judgment against him? But Eli asked, "What did the Lord say? Don't hide it from me." And with trembling words, Samuel spoke every detail. Eli didn't argue. He only said, "It is the Lord. Let him do what seems good to him." And from that day on, the silence was broken. God began to speak through Samuel, clearly, powerfully. From Dan to Beersheba, all Israel knew that a prophet had been born. Sometimes, God's voice seems silent because we filled our lives with noise. Sometimes he's quiet because he's preparing a new voice to rise. One pure, one humble, one listening. Maybe God isn't ignoring you. Maybe he's training your ear to hear him. So when he finally calls your name, will you recognize his voice?